Hello all. How you doing? It's a new day of the week. Well, new week. Cool. All right. Let's get into this. Let's focus. Where are we? Don't dash a bit. Yeah. Looks like it. All right. As far as I can tell, I'm not doing anything improper. No, right? I don't know. Hello. Yeah. Seems to be working fine. All right. So today, yes, we're working on meta sound stuff, which is going to be a lot of fun. Where are we? Right. Let's see. So in YouTube, so if you're curious, can I honestly never done this before. So let's see if this works. I can do that. Can I pin it? I can pin message. There we go. I'm not sure how that looks for all of you. While you're looking at the link that I just sent in YouTube chat, you can see it as a pinned message over on Twitch. It's the one of the links or the sources I'll be following today. This guy went through how to. The best way I can describe it is that I built a system within the game state. Maybe system is a bit generous of a word. But either way, he collected all stuff in one place that's related to sound. So we're going to create some few... Kind of it's the foundation of the entire sound system for the game. Or as he describes it at least. And I want to try that out. So we're going to follow that, see what that leads us to. And we're also going to dig into meta sounds. The goal with this, apart from, sounds in general, is that I want to add a fire crackling sound. And hopefully, assuming it's going to be okay, I want to get into footsteps. So I have a source for that too, and YouTube video. If I can find it. Or it's not. No, it's not a YouTube video. It's actually a forum post over on the Epic's official forum, the Unreal forum. We're gonna have a look at that. But first of all, let's dig into the meta sound module. What's the best word for it? Not sure. Might find a proper word for it as we go along. Let's see, I need to, first of all, I don't need the music in my ears, but I'm going to have it on your side. I'm going to have a YouTube video on this side. I'm not going to play it. Hopefully, you're not going to hear the sound. There we go. You're not going to hear the sound through a stream. You're going to have it on the side, and we're going to work on it while I'm looking. Hopefully, have a bit of a chat. Let's see, so first step, first of all, I'm just going to have a look. Let's see. Jump a bit. Don't need the first 5 minutes. So I went through the first, minute, 2 minutes of the video. I created this game state. That's what he's doing too. And in this state, we're going to collect everything related to sound. Functions, library, necessarily. We're going to create a library for sound functions, which we can call inside, I guess, any blueprint. I'm assuming we'll get there eventually. Now, let's just keep going. Let's speed this up a bit. So let's make sure I have the correct one in project settings. Yes. So I need to go to project settings, maps, and mode. Make sure the game state class is set to this new class, just to make sure it doesn't really affect anything. This is before we do anything. Shouldn't be any sound. Make sure that is correct. Yeah, nothing comes through the mixer, so there shouldn't be any sound, which makes sense. I haven't added any sound, so let's end that. Next step is have it. Components. Right. Okay. So he adds a actor component to the game state asset class. Is it a class or actor? I can't remember. Maybe do this. Let's go to. Maybe I leave it. I didn't leave it in content, did I? No. I think I left it in blueprints. So here we have the horror game and the horror game state and the horror game mode. Which makes sense. They should control everything related to, or most things at least, mid-game. So what I want now, should I add, I mean, we could add the new component inside this folder. Yeah, I think that makes sense, because it's going to be a kind of a global thing rather than one specific. I think this guy can probably delete it. Let's make sure the redirectors are fine. Now I should be able to just delete this folder. Maybe not. Like this. That. Alright, I'm assuming it will be gone at some point. It's an empty folder. It doesn't really matter. So what we want to do, blueprint and actor component. This will be the BP music manager. Could be audio manager rather than music, right? Do I want to keep music, audio, like sound effects and audio, music separate? Well, I'm working with sound effects right now. So I would call this one the SFX manager. In the end, no, let's call it the audio manager. Let's have that selected, because we should be able to just add this guy if we have it selected, right? Maybe not. I assume as much, but it doesn't look like that is the case. So let's do all add EP audio. Okay. Perfect. Compile, nothing. Perfect. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. There we go. We've done this. Just making sure it looks the same. Yeah. No, that's fair. All right. That's a good, actually, a good point. Something that we always should do, or at least have a habit of doing. Let's do this, and let's drag this out. Let's do a delay. This is just me copying what he's doing. What he's doing makes a ton of sense. Let's do that. So print string. We're just going to confirm that whatever that it's starting audio manager active enter, and this will be in print log and screen. Either one doesn't really matter. So let's do this, and I'm assuming with the in project settings we've set the correct game state manager. We've also connected the component to the game state. We add a print string. So with this, we should have. Oh. No. Something's off. this up. Why? What did I break? Oh. When did I do this? Shazar. Hey, how you doing? You just joined us, so I realize I broke something. Is it this guy? Yeah, I guess it's that guy. Alright, so let's go to this. Open. Here we go. Let's actually make changes in this instead. Game state class should be game state horror game. Pile with that. Now it should work. Yes, audio manager active, and I got my character. Oh, I even got a health bar. When did I add a health bar? No, I think I've done something wrong. Yeah, I've collected the wrong. I've used the wrong hard game mode. Yeah, it's been a while, yeah, hasn't it? Yeah. And how's development? It's slow. I think that's the best way to describe it. And right now, I broke something, so... No longer in the forest? Yeah, correct. So what happened, like a quick background to why, I realized that I didn't have much of a clue. Like, I didn't have a great grasp of what I wanted to make. Like, the actual game mechanics, right? I knew I wanted to make a horror game, not the mechanics. So I decided to take, like, a break within quotations. It's more like I reduced the number of streams and just focus on the GDD, the game dev document. And during that time, I played games, blah, blah, blah. And I realized during all that, like, rework in my head of whatever I want to make, I couldn't really focus on the forest because there was nothing in that section of the game that I had any proper mechanics for, if that makes sense. So I reworked everything. I believe I have a lot better idea of what it is I want to make and what I should focus on, and it needs to be indoors to begin with. I don't know if all of that makes sense. Hey, Michelle. Hey, how you doing? Fair enough, the PCG is there if and when you decide to use it in the future. Exactly. And it's not like I threw it out the window, right? It's not like I'm never going to visit the PCG graph or the forest again. It's still really part of the game because I do believe eventually I will want to move out from the house, whether it's the end of this, let's call it chapter for now, the next version, the next part of the game will be in the forest, or if I have a section where I go outside, I can see through some forest in the dark, and then I go in and out through various buildings. Not sure yet. MHL, you had another idea, and you're making another prototype. Dude, you're spitting out prototypes. It's insane. Why is it? Oh. Do I have 2 hard game modes? That's dumb. That's really dumb. And now I don't have the health bar, but I do have... Man, sure. Yes, that makes sense. Yes. No, it should be as is. Yes, we're back. Awesome. Yeah, so... I finished the main menu and the basic saves. Dude, oh, saves. I need to get into saves. Save system at some point. Yeah, that's going to be fun. The movement, dialogue, and stuff. You finished that, or is that your next prototype? You love prototyping. That's awesome. Yeah, I should get better at it, but not really in my style. It should be. It's not. All right. So what we've done is we have a audio component that only prints as a string, and we connected it to our game state, which in turn is our base game state. So it's always active. But there was something else I needed to do. It's part of this guy. Darn. What was it? Was it this guy or is it this? This is the one. Auto activate. That's the one I wanted. Look, everything you listed is finished, dude. You're a machine. That's amazing. All right. Let's see if I can get more out of this tutorial. Yes. let's try that out. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So what he did was quite simple. We're gonna remove. You know what? Let's keep it. I know it's working, but I don't know. Just wonder there. I had a lot of free time since I was sick, so I had nothing but over the past 2 days to make it all. Well, dude, first of all, make sure you get healthy. Just take care. But if also at the same time, if you feel healthy enough and you have the energy, why not? Sounds like a good idea, good opportunity to do it. Oh, Celeste, is that? I might be mixing up. Is that the platformer from wall to wall type of jumping style? Is this kinda Metrovania? I know I have an image in my head as to what game it is, but I don't know. I might be mixing things up. Oh, you has a bad food. Dude, I hate food poisoning. It's really bad. Spawn 2D sound. Pretty sure this is how it is. I don't have to do much else, right? Yeah, I just need to add the sound file, and well, he's setting it to a variable. I don't really need to do that right now. Celeste is the dash mechanic platform game of the red girl in a mountain, right? Oh, the red-haired girl, right? Yeah, and it's pixel art, isn't it? 2D pixel art. Is there any other art? I guess there is. Any other pixel art game other than 2D? Right. All right. So, audio. Do I have anything to listen to? What can we add? Hopefully this is not going to blow anyone's ears. Lower the volume quite a bit. What's that? Maybe it's slightly loud. Is it? You can make 3D pixel art games. Yeah, I kind of had that in my head that is possible. Let me know, by the way, if the volume as I use these various wave files aren't too loud or not. I've lowered it a lot, so hopefully it should be fine, but let me know. Oh, this one's pretty good, isn't it? Hopefully you can hear, by the way. It's fine? Awesome. How about we try this one? Let's add that. No? You don't want to use this guy? There we go. And just, you know, for the hell of it, go to variable, new var. Just follow the tutorial as is. Auto destroy, persistent cross load transitions. We don't need to look at these right now. Well, you can't hear them at all. Shouldn't be the case. Really? Can you hear the sound now? Should be working. I mean, it does have the ducking thing, which whenever I talk, it's lowering the volume. It should. Do I actually have that on? Actually, I might not. I'm not meant to have that. It should. But why isn't it? Oh, so many technical things. I can't still hear it. Why not? Oh, you know what? It might be. It might be that it's mixing up with the music. How about now? I think it's pretty good. If you can hear it, by the way. Yeah, if it's not coming through, I'm not sure why. It might be. I would rather have you confirm. How about we do this? I can do. I go to this and then I press this button. I can hear it, so it should be coming through. I need to get this working, by the way. Just give me a second. Yeah, I think it's there. It might be very low though. So let me just increase that slightly. Don't want to go overboard. Let's do this. Might be fine. But unfortunately, since school's been tight, you gotta go. Well, school is important. At least with classes. I thought I'd stop by for that. Well, I appreciate you using your spare time to kind of join us. Well, hopefully you'll have more time next time. Sorry. So have a good day at school. All right. I think the wave sound is pretty good. So we're just going to move on. Stop this one. So if everything's correct, I should be able to just start and everything should be there. Yes. It is on my side. It should be on your side too. All right. It is what it is. Let's move on. All right, that's pretty good. So what's the next step? Don't need all that. Yeah. So we're looking at on component hit. Don't need that. Fade outs. It's all fine. Oh, sorry. I need to look at this. All right. Step back. Step back. I've made a mistake. Right. He created a blueprint. That's the difference. That's fair. So the quality just went down to 1999. Okay. Let's double check because I think he's writing a function to get the music manager from the game state. Right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That makes sense. So the next step. So once we created all of these components and classes, I guess they would be called. What we need to do now, or I think it would be a great step forward, is that inside Blueprints folder, I am going to create a Blueprint function library, which is pretty much just a collection of Blueprints functions. Double check that. Well, hold on. Wait, just a second, because I think he's doing one step or two steps too many, because he's creating a library he calls get music manager. I call mine audio manager. So he wants me to create, he's explaining how he wants people to try a library with a single function in it. That doesn't make much sense, does it? Why not create... maybe that doesn't work. So I should be able to create a function, right? Or is it in the... which one would it be? Would it be in the... Not in the game mode, it would be game state. I put the... I think I put this... No, it's right here. So in the auto manager... Yeah, okay, now I got it. He wants to have, for example, a custom event, which could be stop music, for example. Right. I'm trying to figure out if it does feel like he's doing something that he doesn't need to do at the same time. Oh, he has an actor. It does feel... Alright, so I'm trying to figure out is... So if we create a function that I want to reuse in multiple different blueprints, do I need to call it... Well, is the only way to do that the library, blueprint library, or can I expose it as private? But then again, if I do that, I need to go back to that very first... Get player state. That's not the one. Oh, so not player state, it's game state. Get game state. Yeah, that makes sense. And he then wants to cost to BP hard game state, right? Oh, that's why you might want the lapse of function. I want to see something. If I do this, am I able to get it? I don't think I am. Okay. I don't think making it public will help. Alright, I think I see what he's trying to do. Let's do that. We don't need this. We can delete you. We can delete this guy. Compile, I guess. So, BP, what's it called it? Get audio. Here. Feels quite redundant to create a single library for like one function, but yeah. Cost to BP audio manager. It will be get game state. Only not get. Oh, actually. Oh, it is. It is this one. It just looks differently. It looks different. Like so. This then. Like so. Nope. Let's see why. Did I have to do it inside? No. I need to do this. Get BP audio. No? What is that I miss? Oh, yes. There we go. That's why. I was wondering why I couldn't cast this, because I'm already casting to... Yeah, never mind. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. So from this part, we want to return, which makes sense. Is it a return? No. Audio manager from game state, which makes sense. Yeah, he does that. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. And this. Yep. So far, so good. Makes sense. All right. So if I do that, everything should be fine. So let's do a compile. That makes sense too. So if I do this, I then go to let's do this print string insert audio magnet. Like so. Yeah, that's just a test. Dumb thing to call it, but yeah. So with that, I can then what? Game mode. I do not need you anymore. This guy being cost that. So if I go this, leave. We create a new. Yeah. So how about that? I'm just gonna add a test blueprint. Let's call it. Let's do an actor. We went a test actor. Box collision. Oh, okay. 30, 30, 30. 30? Yeah. From here, let's place this in the level. Perfect. Almost, at least. There we go. And if I go to this guy, and if I go to event graph, can I select a begin overlap? Where do I go from here? This is not my strength. I can do that, and it's misspelled. At least that is a good. It's good progress because all of the work I did before this should have led up to this point. The thing I'm trying to do now is how to get the event trigger. Is it enough to do this? Object reference. Info. I mean, I don't think this is enough to make it work. Let's give it a try. Oh. Insert audio manager. Is that what I called it? All right, so it is triggering. I'll make it visible. Would help a lot. Let's do cube. Like so. Also, purely because I don't want to have it block me. I'm just going to do no collision. Yeah, that looks terrible, but that's not the point. Point is if I go over this, I get insert audio manager, which tells me the trigger is working and my stop music function, which is again it's not correctly spelled, works. let's just do this. Let's call it print to screen. Compile. So this part works. So my library works. My function called print to screen, which is just a pure, simple print screen, works. And it can gather from this audio manager. So everything I now make inside this audio manager can be called by anything else, assuming I'm using this get audio manager first as a cost type of. I'm explaining this really poorly, but I think I know how it works, which is great. That's amazing progress. Let's see if I pause and do this. We have an active audio manager. Saw that in the corner. We have sound. And if I cross, again, insert audio manager. So that is working. Okay. Yeah, I think it's all perfect. So what is it that I want to do now? I think we could use. I think we should finalize the tutorial first. Go through that before we do anything else. All right. Let's create our first meta sound. And the way we will do this is in audio. I want everything, because all of these are kind of the raw files, the raw waves files. Do I want a folder called meta sound? I think I do. I think that makes sense to me. Yeah, let's do that. Meta sound. In here, we want to create one called, let's see, audio meta sound source. So this is an MS for meta sound. Should it be purely fire or crackling? Fire. I think crackling fire makes sense. Let's open this guy. And if I'm not mistaken, you're supposed to do a wave. What? A wave player in mono. That's what we want. So on play, do this. And that, what is it that we want to do? We want to find a appropriate fire. Soothing. Next one. Kind of the same. Oh, I think I like this one better. I like this one because there's less crackling, which reminds me more of a indoors fireplace rather than the crackling you usually get from like a campfire. In my experience, I haven't been to a camp or outside camping for like years, maybe even decades, so I might be wrong. Might be misremembering everything. There we go. So let's have this. And I believe this will be looped. So I'm going to do this, that. This is me kind of getting ahead. He hasn't done this yet. And I believe this setup will allow sound in a meta sound to continuously go. Yeah, so if I do this, it might be hard to hear, but there is some crackling. It's very subtle. Can I increase the volume somehow? It's barely coming through, isn't it? Kilo, how you doing? Just joined us as I finalize, well, more or less finished the first meta sound file I've ever done or ever made. So we're kind of trying to figure out how to increase volume. Oh, maybe I do this. Pitch, no. Stop, no. You're good? I'm glad to hear. Loop duration, it's not one of these. We can do change pitch, but I don't want to do that right now. So let's save. And we are going to Audio Manager. Instead of how am I meant to do this? Well, I do want some attenuation stuff. Should I just drag and drop? I think that's the easiest one. Let's have a look. I do have that tutorial still, so let's have a look. He has it in, he's spawning it inside the music manager, or in my case, audio manager, but he's also creating a custom event. Because he's the tutorial, in the tutorial he shoots at boxes and they stop or fade out, fade in music. And I don't need to do that, I think. No, I don't think I need to do all of those steps. Instead, how about we look at moving this into the level purely by drag and drop. Turn that off. I think I can do that. I think it's still cracking. Yeah, it is. And we're also going to temporarily, don't need this anymore, or at least for now. I'm going to disconnect this. Actually, do it the other way around. This. And I believe we can do that too. Which will lead to a problem with this guy, which is fine. So if I do this. All right. It's very subtle. I don't think you can hear it. I'm working on the base, the foundation for my music or sound audio manager. And it's based on this tutorial. You can see it pinned in the comments or in the chat. And what we're doing is we have connected a game state, a specific game state to our game. And we created something called an actor component with barely any code in it right now. That is then connected to the game state. So every time the game state loads, which is, I am assuming, all the time, or every time I press play, my audio manager also loads. So every logic I make in this component will also be part of the world. And I do have some test actors and things like that. So right now, although it's very low, if I enter the game, there should be some fire crackling going on. But it's so low, I don't think it comes through to chat or stream. No, I don't think it is. So the question is, how do I raise the volume? Oh. So this... You can't hear it now, I assumed as much. So I could use the spawn 2D thing. I don't think I want to. Can I, by selecting this guy, do something? Ah, here we go. Carefully, I'm gonna go up and down. That's a bit more. Where are you? This guy. So what if I do this? That's a bit more. Now it's a lot more. How about that? It's coming through, right? It should be on, at least. Unless... which is an absolute possibility. That is that I made a mistake somewhere. But yeah. Right. I'm just gonna let's leave it at 4 for now. We can fix that later. But I do want to look at attenuation settings. And if I remember, we need to go to create new asset. The only laptops fans. Yeah, classic. Yeah, I don't know if it's something I've done on my side. The mixing might be off. OBS is telling me that there is a volume or a decibel input, and it should be the same level as my music, which temporarily is off. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will show in the VOD later on whether or not there was sound, and if it just needs to be increased, which, I mean, likely, right? So this is AS, as in attenuation settings. We'll call it crackling fire. And we will add that. Perfect. And override. If I do that, I'll see this big guy. Awesome. So all of this I learned from watching tutorials the other day. So it makes sense if it's not really that obvious first. But I do have this. We can now also go into this guy. No, not that. The attenuation settings. If I were to make changes inside the viewport, will that transfer over to the settings folder? Let's try it. So if I do this, so if I stand inside this circle, that is the loudest the sound will be. And if I go to fall off and make it so it's barely outside the room, then again, I'm not going to hear it if I stand over here. I do want that. So let's make it 500 and 175. Is that passed on? It certainly isn't. 500. Should it be? Well, maybe it's better if it's a box. That might be better, to be honest. Let's try sphere to start with. Let's turn off the music. So now it's a roaring fire. And I believe it's also, this is called stereo or spatial at least, because now it's only in my right ear, which makes sense. And now it's in my left. Cool. And as I go into the room, there we go. It's quiet. Yeah, yeah, it is working exactly like I want to. So now the question is, should we try a box? Let's try a box. So rather than a sphere, let's try a box. And let's have this like this. All right. I really do hope this comes through. It would be really annoying otherwise. That doesn't help. Why isn't it changing shape? Why aren't you meant to override this? You are, aren't you? Crackling. Yes. No. Oh, that was meta. There you go. It's the wrong one. Am I blind? Where is my attenuation radius file or slot? I'm sorry. I do beg your pardon. Oh, wait. Oh, so if I override, it's going to be override of the settings file. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. You familiar with Unity but never done anything in Unreal? Yeah. I mean, it's the opposite of me, right? Well, I've done a few things in Unity, but it's been so long. Even then, I was quite the amateur back then. So what we have... Look at this guy. Box. There we go. Now it's working. Although that looks weird. I understand that. The reason why is if I zoom out again. There we go. We have my box. So let's have a look from the side. Maybe from the top. Is that better? So what if I do this? And which one is what? I do that. And that. Most of the time you make models in Blender. It's kind of more fun sometimes. A lot of the times. Alright, so I do have this guy. That makes no sense, does it? I'm also gonna lower this. I don't know how this is going to work. Front, left. Looks weird. But it is inside. So let's try it out. Pause music. Alright, this is weird. Now it's from behind me. Yeah. Swear. Alright. Yeah, that would be, I think that's better to work with the swear. At least I don't understand how the box works. Oh, you're using or you're launching Blended through Steam, and that gives you hours played. That's kind of fun. I like that. I wish, dude. Imagine. I know from World of Warcraft, for example, you can do /played in the chat, and that will give you the amount of times hours you played on your character. It would be fun to see how many hours I have in total in Blender. That I can't. Do I really want to though? It could be insane numbers. Oh god, that's fun. All right, we're going to go back. Inner radius, I think we said 150, 500. And we're going to move this guy back. Oh, no. God, I hate my misclick. Let's try this again. So I can hear it. Barely. And now it should show up in chat or on stream. And definitely now. At least I hope so. I've tried multiple times. I've pressed all my buttons to check whether or not it's coming through, and if it's not now, it never will show through. So that's fun. Let's have this right there. So we have fire, which is nice. But it's not being controlled by this guy, which is less nice. Can I somehow change that? Can I do this? I'm kind of curious. What if I create a custom event, call it extingu. That's such a word to spell. Extinguish fire. I could have called it stop fire, yes. And from here, if I do make a call in editor, so I should be able to just click on what? Is there a blueprint, or do I do it through the audio manager, right? So let's try it. Print string. Found fire. Let's call it that. I didn't, but let's do that. So if I then go to game and I find my crackling. No. Yes. No. It's not the crackling fire. It's game state. Is it? Where is it? Oh, it's audio manager. Extinguish fire, found fire. There you go. Cool. The point of this really isn't one, unless I tried to, or unless I could try and add another actor in the scene with an overlap or overlap event. I can try and turn it off, but it's purely a test, so I don't really have to. I just want to see if I can do it. So get component, get actor component, or get actor in scene. Is that what I want to do? Get meta. Can I get the meta sound? Or is meta an actor? It's an ambient sound actor. So if I do this, get actor class. Is that what I want? I could make it a tag, but I only have one, so let's call it get actor of class. And I'm guessing it's going to be audio, not volume. Ambient sound, that's what I want. So get ambient sound actor of class. Print string. So if I had multiple, I'm assuming I would have to place them in an array, right? In this case, if I go to, I probably need to start first. I need to launch. So I do this. F8. I will go to my game state, audio manager, extinguish fire, and I found meta sound crackling fire. Perfect. Right? And stop, play. Can't remember what is the name of function that stops sound. I could try fade out, I guess, which is what he has done. Let's do that. So a fade out, not like that. I need to do this. Like so. Since I only have one component, this should be fine. And fade out of 0 would just kill it, right? Let's pause. And let's start again. Get close. I can hear it. Press F8. It's still going. Let's find game state, audio, and if this works, it should just stop. And it did. I'm getting a hang of this. This is fun. This is fun. All right. So why would I want to do that? Purely as a test. So honestly, this could be gone. However, we are going to want to do something about this guy. And that is what? That is purely ambient surroundings. So we can try, just play. All right, so we got some ads going. So I'm going to get up and get some stretches. You can absolutely write code in Unreal. It's based on C++. And in future Unreal versions, which will be in Unreal 6, they will remove the options to do node-based, unfortunately, because that's the one I can get into personally. But yeah, so definitely you can do node-based. You can do simple C++ coding too. Yeah, absolutely. Mohammed, how you doing? I was just about to stand up and get some stretches, Mohammed. Because there's ads running on Twitch side. But I'll be back in, just give me a minute or so. So I'll see you all in a little bit, all right? All right, there we go. I really needed that. I've gotten into, I got the habits of going back to the gym. And it's been like 2 weeks. So I'm still feeling the soreness from after a really hard after exercising for a bit. And I've been working on a new exercise, which is called Bulgarian splits, which is definitely not the split that most people think about. What you do is, though, is you put one leg in front of you, and then you stand on that, and then put the other leg on top of a bench, roughly like calf height. And depending on your strength, you would even have like barbells or dumbbells in your hand. In my case, this is new to me, so I'm just using body weight. And then you go up and down on the leg you're having your entire weight on, and it will kill your like hamstring and your glutes. So everything about me right now is kind of hurting. So as soon as I move everything from my glutes all the way down to my calf, hurt. So fun. I'm not sure if that was interesting to people, but now you know. Cool. Right, yes, Mohammed. Hey, how you doing? We have some fire going, and it's working. So I believe we want the main music to keep moving, because it did seem like it stopped, and I'm guessing it has to do with the auto destroy. Let's see. Whether the return audio component will be automatically cleaned up when the sound finishes. I believe if we have that on, even if the meta sound is set to, well, it's technically not a meta, is it? I need to make a meta sound. That's what I need to do. Why I look Scotland today, I don't know. Absolutely no idea. I don't know. What about me looks like Scotland? Give me a clue, because I can't tell you why. Let's see. Meta sound. Let's go to audio source. Let's call this. What should we call it? What's a good name? I believe at least ambient, right? Ambient, just ambient sound. I think that works. Ambient sound. Let's add an S at the end, which allows us to kind of add more if we wanted to. I just look like someone from Scotland? Oh, really? Yeah, maybe. My idea of a Scottish person, it's not really what I'd see myself as. But I have a stereotypical idea of what a Scot would look like. So I'm not going to indulge much more into that. And you love Scotland. I think I've seen you post a few images on Discord about that. At least a few memes. Location. Which one was it, by the way? We had audio manager. Which one was it? The MB. Goddamn, what's that? The M. Who the hell writes these names? Haunted Forest Tension. Let's go with that. Let's do this, that. Let's do Haunted Forest. Seems to be 2 of them. And it should be this guy. Can I do that? I cannot. But I can keep it selected. Go to wave sound. Yes, wave player, mono. Make sure it's on play. And it needs to be looped. Wave asset. Didn't it select that? Apparently not. There we go. And it needs to be like this. And same as before, if we're going to make a loop, we need this to be deleted. Otherwise, we will get issues. I've never seen that before, but apparently that is what you want to do according to the sources or the YouTube videos I've seen. And honestly, if they tell me to do it, I will follow. I have no idea what I'm doing otherwise. So, let's delete this. On begin. Make sure the audio manager is active. Honestly, let's do this. Very unnecessary, I believe. Let's add a delay. Make it full second. Then we want to sound. The spawn sound 2D. Oh, I can do at location. What does that mean? I'm curious. What does that mean? Can I get some information? Spawn sound at the given location. This does not travel with any actor. Reciprocation is also not handled. Oh. Thought came to me. I think this is overkill. But it's interesting. I have this little box that represents like the fireplace, right? In theory, or I probably practice too, I could tell my audio manager that on begin play or any other type of event we can trigger somehow. On begin is probably the best. I can tell, hey, place a meta sound of crackling fire on top of this box of this fireplace, right? Why I wouldn't do it, I think, it's probably smarter to create, well, probably, it is smarter to create a blueprint containing the static mesh, the future static mesh of the fireplace, and the meta sound in one. Because then I can drag and drop the fireplace as I want. Yeah, it's probably a lot smarter than doing this complicated, hey, blueprint stuff all the time. So let's not do that. Love the idea, but yeah, let's not do that. The sound, MS ambient sound. No, let's do it. Let's do it. Promote the variable. This will be main ambient sound. There we go. Oh, wait. Oh, right. That's dumb. Because we don't want to delay. If we delay, even the spawning will be delayed too by a second. And perhaps that is what we want, but no. Let's not. So pause the music and play. It's still unclear if people hear this. So if you're wondering why I have my hands up, I am listening. Fun part is that it's mixing quite well with the fire. And if I move out, yeah, I think we're on to something. Now the question I kind of have, there's a lot of them. One of the immediate ones, probably we should lower the volume of the ambient. And definitely lower the volume of the fire. So how about we do that? The way we do this, is it, can I only do it through the placed ambient actor, or can I do it through, I do it on the meta sound itself? How would I do that? Question, do I want to control that way? Controlling it in the editor or the viewport, I can change it whenever I want, right? Let's see, Mohammed, imagine me and you go to Scotland and find a very tall red-haired lady who's also a goth Viking. Dude, have you been using like AI generators right now? That's was one hell of a mix. A Scottish red hair, which is not the most creative thing to kind of imagine. It's kind of common, I guess. But add on top of that, goth girl, goth Viking. So here's the important question at the moment. So goth, I kind of associate that with black here, or black makeup, or like black color, right? Would the red-haired Scottish woman not be red hair because she's goth? She would be black-haired, or would she still be red-haired, kind of overriding the goth black hair color? I mean, the important questions needs to be asked, right? So let me know if you have an answer to that one. Right. Yeah, lower this. Let's make it 2. Well, let's make it 1, by the way. Let's keep it really low. And the music, which will launch on play. Ooh, how would I would affect it right there. That makes sense. So let's do this. Pro to variable. Let's do ambient volume multiplier. Let's make it public, or so I can see it. Then I should be able to add it to a category. Ambient sounds, I guess, or it should be called bass. Let's call it ambient sounds for now. So when I do this, and I still can't change it right now. Darn. I can only change it if the game is playing. And at that point, what I want to do, stop the music for a while. Game state, manager, and I got volume. I don't think it's working. Something went wrong. Let's see. You like goth? Keep it goth, but red. I think that's a contradiction, Mohammed. You can't have a red-haired goth, can you? It needs to be black-haired. You can't even imagine. Or maybe it's 50-50. I don't know. All right, that didn't work that well. So where are you? So honestly, let's decrease it by half, like so. Remove this, like so, and enter. There we go. Oh, maybe it's too low now. Yeah, now it's too low. Let's go to crackling. Nope. We need to go to this guy. Let's double. So once I've kind of fine-tuned this a little bit, we can go into footsteps. There we go. Yeah, I think this is good. And there it's gone. Going back, just one more. Good. So all of these sounds, well, there's two sounds, but these two sounds, at least the crackling fire, I will probably not change that. The tension music or the ambient might change in the future. Will likely change in the future because I'm not sure about the owl, and I believe there's even a bat somewhere in that sound. So I'm not sure about that. I prefer wind or similar. Maybe we should try that. I do have some wind sound, and I think that's fairly easy to do. So if I create duplicates like so, and then do a mixer, let's try mix it mono 2 for now. And if I go and find, let's see, location ambience, wind. I do have wind. We have glacial. A bit too high pitched. If it even comes through to you guys. And wind Arctic, a bit more violent. I think it's too much. This one might be good if we down pitch it just a little bit. This might be better. I'm trying to figure out. So this will take place in winter, Scandinavian winter. That's the inspiration. And although we do have sound when there's heavy snow outside, I do feel it's muffled because of the amount of snow. The amount of snow kind of muffles the sound. So I don't want to go... Definitely not that. So I don't want to go too high-pitched or obvious, I guess that's the word to look for. Leaves, no. Wind soft might be something. That's too soft. Yeah, far dark feels nice. It's a bit more muffled than the others. Almost feels like it's being held back somehow, if that makes sense. So I think we can do that. Let's add this to this guy. And what else did I want? Impacts, no. Jump scares, musical horror stingers. What's that again? Can't remember. That's kind of fun. Ooh, it's cinematic. No. Wake up. Yeah, no, no, not these, not these. Tension builders, clock ticking. Yep, no, not happening. They're a bit more cinematic, aren't they? Whooshes, okay. Oh, shit. Yeah. Like I'm confused. I mean, assuming you can hear what I'm hearing, then yeah, you would be kind of confused too. All right. I don't know if I have any cool sounds to add with this. I was hoping more of a creaking sound. Do I have creak? Creak, floor, door? No. I thought I imported all these. How about this? Door? No. Creak. I do have a lot more sound somewhere. For now, we can do this. How about we do this instead? We combine these two instead. This might be bad. Who knows? It's very subtle. Can I increase purely this guy? Gain. Oh, okay, okay. What does that? Is that gain input? So if I increase the gain, I'm assuming that is similar to my kind of volume, right? That part I like. Loop, loop. Just want to make sure if I do this instead. Just want to make sure that I'm actually hearing the sound. No. Oh, yep. Yep, 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 yep. No, I got it. I got it. Got it. There we go. There we go. All right. So we didn't hear it. So there are some wind in the ambient file from the very beginning. Yeah. This is better. Yeah, I like this. Okay. So with that done, let's try footsteps. That one will be quite more challenging. I'm not using uh, the mannequin character. So I'm using the first person template. So I don't have anything to visualize and see how I would time the steps Because usually, as far as I understood from watching a few videos, is that you would have your character animation running, and in the animation graph, you would add moments of where the footsteps are meant to be start, where they're meant to start, and you would time that based on when the footstep of the character meets the ground. So you would time it. I don't have that visualization, so I kind of need to figure out if I walk forward, how often would I make a step? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, perhaps something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would probably be the timing. It does feel a bit too fast, but at the same time, I don't want to slow down the character. At least I don't think I want to. I like the speed it's going at right now. But let's see if we can't at least add some sound. And again, I am a complete noob when it comes to these things, so I need to bring up a tutorial. In this case, I found a forum thread. So let's have that loaded. Or not. That's not the right one. This is the right one. There we go. And if you're curious, I will also post this in chat. There's the one I've been following for the past hour and a half. It's in the pinned message right now. So if you're curious as to what I've kind of followed along with for the past hour, you can have a look. It's still pinned, but I will replace it in just like a minute or so, or a half a minute. So I'm going to link this guy instead, which is now the one I'm using for footsteps. I will also link it in on YouTube. How would I do that? Well, I'm guessing I just do this, right? And get a pin, replace pin message. There we go. So now it's pinned on YouTube side. So if you're curious, want to follow along. Again, though, again, just be a disclaimer on this one. I haven't followed this tutorial. It looked like it would work, so I'm just going to try it out. Just disclaimer. So let's see. Let's import content. We have content for that. I'm also going to do that. Create meta sound source. We can do that. So audio. Let's move this. We're going to go to meta sound. Let's do a audio meta sound source. He calls it footfalls, or she, them. I'm going to call it footsteps. Let's launch that. Fair. There are a few nodes already in the graph. Yep. Go to members. Do I have a members page? Oh, it's this page. All right, fair. A new variable. Right. And I do that in this guy. Footstep variations. Make sure I can spell. And I need to make sure this is a, let's call it wave assets, because that's what we're working with. We're working with wave files, and it needs to be an array. So far, I'm with you. And after that, I'm assuming we're going to add all of this. So for now, let's make an even number of 4. And let's select a few sounds. So footsteps, carpet, concrete, dirt, glass, grass, blah, 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 metal, mud, snow, water, and wood. Let's look at that. We have 5. So you know what? Let's select all 5 and somehow add that. Does it do it quick? He does it that way. Oh. That's cool. I think we could do it this way instead. So if we do that, select all of these. Oh, dude, epic. That's so amazing. Yeah, I like that. So you can drag and drop, and it will populate your array straight away. Amazing. There we go. And from here, that's fair. This is simple so far. Random get wave array. And can I do this? I can. I'm assuming that is what we want. And then the wave player. Wave player. No, not that one. I'm assuming this guy. Yeah. He doesn't have the same mono. Or maybe there's an option for mono. But let's double check first. Is there an option for the same selection he has? Nope, I can't see it. So with that done, and that goes to play. I'm assuming this value needs to go to this. That kind of makes sense to me. I am just a few steps ahead of him. Exactly. Finally, let's see. On finish left. Blah. Okay, so this, that. So the difference, I'm guessing, because previously we didn't connect to this on finished. My assumption is that it will select one file, run it through this guy, but it will not select all of those. It will just run one. And when that's done, it starts over. That is my assumption. There might be more to it. So let's have a look. What else? Yeah, our mono. He triggers. Oh, add a trigger repeat node and connect the wires as shown below. Okay. So this, nope, not like that. I'm gonna grab this, move it out. So what is a trigger repeat? I'm assuming something like a for loop. Emits a trigger periodically based on the period duration given. All right. Promote graph input. And on stop. Let's see, is that really how I'm meant to do it? Go to the members panel, add new. Input. Did I do that? I did. Is it meant to be part of on source? That's a question though. Okay, that didn't help at all. Let's see. It is part of it, but I want to be part of source. Does it make any difference at all? Type trigger. I mean, it looks fine. Yeah. I think we'll keep it outside of the source category. To add this input, right click, get on. Oh, yeah, I've already done that. I guess once you've used this button, the input, you can then probably get on stop, and then you will have the same input. So I just went the other way, went from the stop, promoted this to a variable in one of these, promote to graph out input. Yeah, then you'll get a on stop. I think that's the same. Same way he did it. Let's see. So if I press... Well, I'm running. I was about to say it's not random, but it is random. Alright. He mentions this. He set his to 0.42. Let's try his 0.42. See if that makes a difference. Let's try again. Okay, it's a lot faster than I hoped. But it's definitely different or closer. Almost like a fast walk or a slow jog. All right, either one. Blah, blah. You might notice we have a problem. The sound isn't repeating. It's absolutely repeating. What do you mean? Since we connected the wave player to unfinished output, we did, but it's repeating, isn't it? It's stopping after the first footfall plays. I think we're not seeing the same things. But he has one thing he wants to do. To fix this, we need to add a trigger once node before the one finish start. All right. Maybe there's something I can't tell is off, but he can. I'm willing to figure it out or find out. So let's do this. And start closed. Fair. And I need this guy. And this needs to go into unfinished. Save all. Is there a difference? I don't know if there's a difference. Okay, let's, for now, though, assume, many assumptions done today, but let's assume he is spot on. Keep it to that. Is there maybe a difference I've done in my settings? None that I can tell. All right, next we want to go to character input. Where problems might arise. Because, if I remember correctly, it's been almost a year though, I began working on this character movement in C++. And if I did, that is an issue. Because I've forgotten most of my very limited knowledge and whatever when it comes to C++. So let's hope I wasn't a complete fool. Likely though. Player. Let's go to this and construction. It's all nothing. Great. Right. How do I fix that? Class settings. First person, no. Well, first of all, let's see if Rider can't help us. Let's go source. I might honestly have to rely a little bit on AI for this, just to get back into it. CPP. Anything in this that tells me about movements. First person components. Enhanced input component. I believe this is how I kind of bind actions to various inputs. In about a minute, we got some ads, but until then. The next, where... So wait, so these are move actions. Where are they? Move an input. Play a controller. That might be something. Add mapping context. All right, right now we're getting somewhere. Maybe not. Stopped right away. It has to be character, right? All right. We got ads over on Twitch. I'm going to go up, stretch a bit, and see y'all in about a minute and a half, give or take. All right. So see y'all in a bit. All right. I'm back. What's this? Mohammed, you're stealing your old friend group's base in Minecraft? Dude, that's sinister. Well, if they're not using it, right? Okay, I need a decision on this. I can do one of two things. One thing, and likely the thing I should do, is go through all my classes and find the one that has the specifics that for movements in them, and I should do something about it and use that and add everything I need to. But that will be very time consuming because I need to get into it. Or alternatively, which is even more time consuming, but might save me a headache and time further in the future, and that is I convert my C++ code to Blueprint so that in the future I control a character through Blueprints. I'm not sold on that to do that right now, so I should probably focus on finding and fixing things inside whatever, this thing is. Item list, add items removed. I'm looking at this, and I'm assuming this has to do with the pickup system. Oh, here we go. Jumping, moving. Now we're looking at something. Can I? Navigation declare uses type of related files. Forgotten how to move to a function inside. Writer. I believe it's this. Navigate to. There we go. That doesn't look right. Again, I think the fact that I'm using a Scandinavian keyboard or European keyboard, probably is more likely Scandinavian, it's biting me in the ass again because I'm guessing they Rider or JetBrain, they've assigned their hotkeys based on a American QWERTY. Because if I do this, nothing. Nothing. Didn't help. Cool. They are looking at their own lives now. I'm the one who's just sitting in ruins of past. Some of them blocked me, some of them ignore me, and some just away. Well, first of all, I'm sorry to hear people are blocking you, Mohammed. And if they're not using it, then by all means, it makes sense for you to use it. I guess. Yeah. I want to know. Right. So I can never remember the word that describe what this is. We have it in the header, which is it's not the declaration, is it? It's just creating the variable, I'm going to assume. And that is then jump action. Trigger event started this do jump start. What was it? Control B. Jump. Control B. Character. B press jump equal true. Jump key hold time. Right. But it doesn't really tell the character what to do. And this is character CPP. That's not the one I'm working on. This is confusing. No, this is, I'm assuming, source code. And it's part of the parent class called character. Right? I'm not going to ignore some of the way. Like, yeah, we've had talks like this before, Mohammed. Don't take it personal if people starts ignoring and leaving servers. Life goes on sometimes. You'll get up. You'll find someone else to play with and all of that. So keep it up. And don't blame yourself. That's a big one. Don't blame yourself. Boom. Let's get carried more. I feel like there's been changes to this code because I can't remember most of these things. Some of them feels new to me. I'll go through these again with AI afterwards, but for now, let's see if we can't replicate what he's trying to do here. So gamepad input, move input, mouse input. Could I, honestly, I probably could keep this very function to blueprints. I feel like that is something we could do. So the question is it in this part? Did I just call it player? I probably did. Let's have some music, by the way. Yeah, we can do that. Should be attached to the first person camera? No. I think we can move it up. The capsule? Yeah. Why not? Or the BP? No, the capsule. I guess I'm assuming that's the root. Which why I can't move it anywhere else. From here, we'll go into details panel, sound, MS footsteps. All right. Now, all right. So here's the problem. Because now we're looking at movement. Do I move on from this? Every time we move forward. When is it that we're moving forward? Turn this off. Jump, move action. Do aim, do move. Do jump start, do jump end. First person, max interaction distance. These, I'm assuming, are something I've made. And follow another tutorial about picking up stuff. So I'm assuming these are mine. Which is a virtual void, do move flow right, forward. Yeah, none of these. This one. No, none of these are called by me. I don't think I'm calling these. Or is it part... So we could... No, I'm really just looking around right now. Is it under project settings? Really, I really need to keep up with these things, not let it go like months between. All settings, mapping. No, because the new system uses something else. Where are you? Weapons, textures, levels, prototype landscape, first person. Looking for the mapping files. Where are they? Am I blind? I might be. No, impossible. I feel like I'm really not. There we go. Interaction. Where is that? Oh, it's in input. That makes sense. Look, mouse, move. So the movement is done, or at least mapping wise, which is, I'm assuming. Now, what is this? Game action that can be mapped. Arbitrary hardware input devices. An input action is a logical representation of something the user can do, such as jump, crouch. Alright. These are what your gameplay code binds to in order to listen for input state changes. For most scenarios, the gameplay code should be listening to the for triggered event. This will allow they are the conceptual equivalent to action and axis mapping, names from the legacy input system. fair. So if I adjust this guy, I don't think that will help. Yeah, I need to concede and see if I can't get any help from AI. Let's see. See if that can help. While we wait, weird thing that's maybe it's not interesting for people who don't stream. So I should probably not talk about it because it might be boring. I want to get it out there just quickly. So one thing I had to do when I started out, and I wanted to play some like music I usually listen to, like Rammstein, Slipknot, some heavy metal stuff. I had to turn off the music, go into YouTube, and only play music on Twitch, because otherwise I would be my music, my videos, my VODs would be copy strike, and streams would be copy struck like all the time. But what I did now is that I decided to use this royalty-free music list you can find on YouTube. On YouTube, perfectly fine, nothing. Every VOD safe, no strikes, no asks to remove or change music whatsoever. But for some reason, it's being struck on Twitch. So part of my VOD, it's not like I'm getting a copyright strike. So it's not I'm getting these ill messages to tell me, hey, stop or we're going to nuke your channel. It's more like, hey, you're playing a music or a sound or audio that we don't know if it's all right. So we're going to mute that part of your VOD. So Twitch VODs have these sections of muted music. But the same music on YouTube, which used to be and is the big, really serious copyright like person holding it, whatever you want to call it. And all of a sudden, they are fine with it. YouTube is fine, but Twitch isn't. I don't understand what's going on. So yeah. But then again, VODs on Twitch isn't at the same level of importance as on YouTube. But it strikes me as weird. That's all. Right. So, what does AI have to say? Alright, so we're gonna get code. Honestly, it will probably be easier to just allow it to go through my CPP file. Should I? Probably should. I don't like that. I would like to be able to do it myself, but sometimes you have to give up. You realize there's just nothing you can do sometimes. Yep. Let's go with this. Where is it? It's under source. This. This course, the whole... yes. So I'm assuming that is in the header. Yes, that makes sense. And it wants me to forward declare class, which also makes sense. Otherwise, the C++ class don't know what to do about it. That part I should already have, shouldn't I? First person mesh, yeah. It's telling me to do next too, but that makes no sense. Now let's just call it comments. Or footstep audio. Yeah. Property. Visible anywhere. What was that again? Indicates that this property is visible in our property windows but cannot be edited. This specifies as incompatible with the edit specifier. Do I want it to be blueprint read only? I mean, the other one seems to be. That looks like it's the same as I've done in the past. So let's keep that. Oh, Fox on main. Thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. Yes, it's a big one. It was kind of fun, to be honest, last stream. That and we reached 600 subscribers on YouTube in one stream. So it was a lot of fun. So I really appreciate you follow. And hopefully I'll show you some cool stuff. Or entertain you in any way, shape, or form. Nice. Yeah, it is nice. And if you like, so usually I do game devs Monday and Wednesdays, but on Fridays, at least for the foreseeable future, I will be playing Factorio on Fridays. We're gonna call it like Gaming Friday, Friday Gaming, something along those lines, and just pure relaxing chilling and gaming with Factorio. So if that is something interesting, please join us. And it goes for everyone, of course. Let's see. Why do I need tick? I'm assuming that is because we're looking. But do I want that in this? I feel like that's not the right place. So wait. I just don't know if I need the tick part. Yes, I do. For now, though, I'm just going to leave it out. Probably not the best idea, but wouldn't be the first. Oh, can't tell you much about that, though. APIs and WebSockets. I mean, sockets. God damn. I know nothing about that. The only time I've even gotten close to WebSockets is when I followed a tutorial how to do it with Discord and streaming bots. that's as close as I ever get to understand that. I've been busy all evening. The things we do, gaming, APIs, WebSockets, tends to kind of consume time. Just you look away, you look back, and you see your clock has gone from 9 a.m. It's 1 p.m. Where the fuck did my time go? It's like, goddamn. I'm sorry for cursing, by the way. It happens every now and then. Ooh, you moved to Linux like 20 months ago, so I have to learn how to set up WebSockets for the Stream Deck. Dude. All right. Let me know, by the way, how that works out for you. I'm not looking to move over to like Linux, like in any capacity, but I am curious. There are so many things about Windows that I feel like, please, can someone fix this? And maybe Linux is the better choice. Well, the only choice, I guess, unless I want to go to Apple. Don't want to do that. Oh, you're active in VTube Studios. You're a VTuber. That's cool. Dude, I really... some of the VTubers I've been following for the past maybe 2-3 years has been one of many inspiration sources to why I even started streaming at all. I mean, I do have a lot of inspiration, a lot of people who inspire me to do it. But VTubers, they're fun. A lot of them are really fun. And I like the energy most of them kind of show off. It's really fascinating. So if you are a VTuber yourself, that is really cool. Let's see. Oh, should I ask why I need the damn tick? It's doing a bowl. Are we meant to do a bowl? Doesn't feel like we need to do a bowl. Do we need to do a bowl? We need to do a bowl. Because we reset, we need to get lost in other factors. Okay. Oh, sorry. Alright, so let's kind of quickly go through this. That. If I can't understand the code, at least I'm going to try and understand the blueprints. Right? Oh, you haven't debuted yet? God, me and words. But you're still working on getting stuff working really, really nice. I understand that feeling. Although I'm sure as a VTuber, your setup is 10 times more complicated than mine. I mean, technically, all I needed was a camera, and I can get started. Camera and OBS. That's kind of what you need. And a decent mic. You don't need the best. This is overkill, by the way, for someone at my level. The point I'm trying to make, or slowly getting to, is yes, I did the same thing of not wanting to go live until my stuff worked. And at that point, I kind of realized while I was early on in my process of getting into streaming that I just didn't know enough, right? So I can only do that much. It might be different for you. That's how I felt when I started. But now I have a lot more weird and advanced stuff going on compared to back then. Are you doing some unconventional stuff? I like how you phrase that, let's say unconventional stuff. And I'm really curious. Like I play exclusively in DP3 or... Oh, dude, you're throwing stuff on me right now. Rec 2100PQ. AK not in sRGB. Okay. So OBS with custom FFM MBG encoders for HDR, SDR, tone mapping. Dude, there are so many things in that sentence. I have no idea. I recognize a few of them. sRGB, of course. That's something I commonly encounter. Rec, I recognize that. I'm using I'm going to assume that 709 is my environment where I'm working at with FFM MEPG. Recognize that. HDR to S. Is that HDR is greater than SDR tone mapping or to SDR tone mapping? Maybe the latter. You're going from to SDR. Yeah, it might just be alien language. I don't understand it all. It's really cool. Really cool. All right, DP3 is a extended color space compared to sRGB. La is a HDR standard. All right, both need conversions to fit within quotation correctly into sRGB images. So, as much as you feel comfortable sharing, what made you go in that direction? Was it necessary for VTubing, or purely because that's something you need to create what you're trying to get to? Oh, you just beeping love HDR. Okay, fair enough. Do you need more than that? Do you need more than that? Just, hey, I just love it. That's all I needed. No, that's all you need. You don't need more than that. All right, dude, that's so much fun. All right, so these wrong colors are already implemented in C++. Somehow. I'm going to figure out where. And what we want to do is we want to create, I believe this will represent an if statement in C++. So we want to check velocity. And if vector is 0, meaning we have no speed, no velocity. And if it's not 0, oh, that's so. So it's not 0, and so it's not 0, and the character isn't falling, which is important. So we're walking and we're not falling. If that's true, do these things. All right? I think I got it. Just do this once. Do once. And that is play footfalls. Do once, then reset. Right, we're resetting down here. So if it's false, which means one of these are true, execute trigger parameter, which is footfalls. Stop, reset, restart. I got most of that. The thing I don't get is why yet. We get there. You have 3 times 386 zone 100 nit display, so it's really pops. Oh, I'm assuming based on the numbers, and I don't understand what they mean. It's really impressive. That's what I'm going for. And Mohammed, you're back. Welcome back. Did you have a good nap, or did you have something to do? All right, AI, help me out. So we've done this part. We're missing a few things though. You audio component. And it needs to be a pointer. Asking for first person. No, we're not going to call it first. I'm going to call it foot steps audio. Maybe I should call the first person audio component. I'm assuming I could use it for more than purely footsteps, right? Well, I guess for now we should follow AI. I don't like saying it, but it is a way for me to learn how to do this. Typical displays do 300 nits of brightness. Oh. So you're getting 700 more nits. I don't really know what nits does, but if it's a increase with more than 3 times the brightness, maybe it's a decent conversion. you can get a lot more brightness out of your screen. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. So in all right, that's cool. That's cool because in Unreal, the nit unit will be lumen. Lumen represents one candle. So one nit equals one lumen. Cool. That's actually easy for me to understand. So you're getting from 300 candles to 1,000, which has significant increase in brightness. Cool. And Mohammed, you're in a cafe. Ooh, that's nice. Did you get anything to snack on? Maybe a cup of coffee? That's my go-to when I go to a cafe. Like all black, cup of coffee. And if I had to pick, I would probably go for a blueberry pie with some either vanilla cream, which is amazing, or whipped cream. No, I would definitely go with vanilla cream. Warm blueberry pie with some really crisp crust. Sweet, crisp crust. Oh, it's so good. Oh, now I really want some pie. Oh, that would be so great right now. God damn. And you get full array dimming, so that those 386 zones can be dark or bright. So does that mean, layman's term, you get like a good contrast, a good range of contrasts in your on your screen then? That's nice. I'm drinking from a big cup of coffee. Feels like a bolet. I'm assuming you're referring to a bowl, Mohammed, which means it's a freaking huge cup. Because bowl will be this big, and I'm a decently huge guy. Like I have my hands they're big, and a bowl this size would probably be like half a watermelon. Let's see. There are 386 lights behind the monitor, and the HDR signal dictate if they should be brighter or darker. So yes, I got near OLED darkness on a VA panel, dude. That's amazing. I can't imagine the hole in your wallet for a screen like that. Or maybe it's not that bad, but maybe it is. Yeah, like a half a watermelon. Really, yeah. Oh, it's not that bad, really. That is a relative term, isn't it? I have very little insight into like the cost of screens. Yeah. Oh, 750. 3 displays. What, 750 like together? 3 for 750? And I'm assuming that's dollar. In total. $750 in total. Or euros, perhaps. That's not bad. I mean, honestly, that's actually really good. The cold wind from the north. The summer is really ending. Oh, yeah. I had to really use my last PTO days, which is paid time off in corporate speech. And I have used I'm using the last 7 out of the last 8 I have. Well, I'll use 7 out of the last 8 I have to enjoy what's left of summer, which is not a lot. They have a firmware issue, so they were no longer in production. Oh, normally each is closer to $500 but oh, well, that's a good. If you can fix that, if you have the knowledge to fix that, you can save a lot of money. Yeah, absolutely. All right. The normal thing, you've seen me do it before. During ad breaks on Twitch, I get up, I get some stretches in, and yeah, I need it. I'm getting old, so I need to move around. Otherwise, my legs will fall asleep. So I'll see you all in 1.5 minutes. All right? So I'll be right back. You want me to dance, Mohammed? It's similar to the time you asked me to sing. You don't want to hear me sing. You don't want to see me dance. There are 2 things in this world, among a few others, I guess, that should never be seen, never be performed. That is me dancing or singing. without any shadow of a doubt, the worst things that that mankind, the human society could ever see. That's me moving my ass. It's not really that fun. Oh, fuck! So you already have everything you need, like a firmware update. Cool. But awesome. But hey, honestly though, when you're feel ready, come back, throw a link in chat, and let us have a look. Because now I'm curious. Of course, if you're comfortable with it, right? Mimi Jack, hey, how you doing? Welcome. What up? Well, right now, I am in between having an absolutely great time chatting with the chat, listening to some really technical aspects of screens that I didn't know about, or monitors, if you want to call them that. And I'm also jumping between trying to figure out past mistakes. I started my horror game project in C++. I didn't look at it for 8 months, apart from I did a lot of other stuff like Visage, level blockouts. Now I'm working on audio, and now I need to go back into it, and I feel lost. So I'm kind of distracting myself with chat because I really not sure where to start. Just so dumb. Mohammed, you danced at the wedding? Well, that's natural. I need a few ethanol drinks in me before I even attempt to display a horrific version of dancing. You're doing great, Mimi. I'm glad to hear. It's just a little pico and a clip that you could clamp onto the firmware, similar to dumping in the BIOS of a PS2. All right, there you go. Mohammed, people said you moved like crazy. Oh, there you go. If you're going to dance, at least do go all in, right? So, Mimi Jack, what I'm working on, I already touched upon it just a little bit because I tend to ramble on. So every now and then my thoughts comes out of my mouth before I either my point is I ramble, right? So what I'm working on is a horror game, and I'm glad you asked, because let's have a look at what I have so far. It's not a lot yet because I'm still early into the game, but this is what we did today, and hopefully, well, now my footsteps are coming through, which is annoying. I didn't expect that. Where are my footsteps? When did I add them? When did I add my footsteps? Oh, they're connected to something. God damn. Shh, don't curse. Yeah, don't curse. Can I temporarily do this without issues? I think I can. I can. All right. Awesome. So we've added sound today. So you can hear the ambient tension sound. And if I get closer to my fireplace, hopefully, I haven't been able to confirm yet whether or not chat can actually hear the sound. But there should be some fire crackling. So that is what we've done today. Fairly simple setups. Outside of that, I've been working on this horror level. Blocking out everything inside Unreal. We can actually do this with various different ups and downs. And the end goal, some of the inspirations I'm working on or working with in mind when I work on this is Visage, Amnesia, The Dark Descent, great game. Fears to Fathom, because I like the more grounded horror from those, rather than these supernatural horrors. I could try to keep it more grounded. And there's another one, which one is it? It's the artistic one, the one with the artist. God, I'm losing it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it, but it's also one of these. You find out what a artistic person did to his family and things like that.
So how long I've been working on this? So it slightly depends from when you start counting. Um, the entire project has been going on for I'd say 4 months. I think it's around 4 months. But I had a moment in between where I had to stop because I realized that I didn't really have a good grasp of the game mechanics. I thought I did, but didn't really. So I had to kind of step back. I'd stopped streaming for a while, or at least I stopped 2 out of 3 stream days because I couldn't really do that thinking and that brainstorming on while I was live. So I wanted to have the time to think about it. And once now I've done that, so I'm back. And what I decided to do is focus more on the interior or the environment, inside environment of the game. And yeah, that's so give or take, let's say 4 months, with the caveat that I restarted within citations or quotations the game just like a week, 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I think the I'm actually kind of falling in love with the layout. Was a bit unsure after the first day, but after sleeping and giving it some, like being away from it a bit, I do feel there's some potential. But I need to add a main objective so that I'm able to actually test the level properly. Let's see, Mohammed, I did forget about the stuff I'm doing for a while, like journaling. Oh, my day and journaling for my internship. Practicing Blender on 279. Oh, I forgot about that. You're on slightly weaker laptops. You can't really go for the newer versions of Blender, which is unfortunate, but 2.79, it's not a bad one. Like upgrading push-ups, nice, nice. But I really, yeah, I really need breaks every now and then. Yeah, you do need breaks, just to refresh your mind. I am a solo dev, so this is purely on me. Every mistake, every success, it's all on me. With the idea of, depending on how streaming goes, depending on, well, the future of this project, I perhaps want to bring in people. It's a matter of cost. I don't want to have people do things for free. I prefer to pay because I think people are worth what they're capable of, and they need to be paid. But I don't have that extra buffer to pay people yet. But we will see. We'll see. Maybe in the future. So in the future, I'm looking for someone like a coder, or maybe a blueprint, a scripter. But again, it all depends on whether or not I'm able to pay them. But for now, it's solo dev, definitely, and probably will be for many years. Now, I'm like I mentioned, solo artist, so it means I'm doing everything. The audio I bought, so someone else did it. I paid, I would argue, very little for the quality of audio. It's a really great source, by the way. Sonys, I believe it's pronounced. Highly recommend. I can post a link if you're curious. Other than that, I have like 15 years experience as an artist, so I'm more than capable of doing all the art myself. And so yeah, so in the future it will definitely be code I'm looking for like, as a first hire if we get to that point. And should I hire you, Mohammed, when you get good at Blender? You know what? Get back to me when you reach that point, and we can have a talk. But yeah, it's all about practical and realistic things right now. But yeah, art I'll figure out myself. Well, I know you're here, Mohammed, but the question is, are you good at Blender yet? And if you are, then proof. Proof is in the pudding. You're also a great artist. Oh, there you go. And you're credited for the design of the Tesla truck. Hmm. That is about where my artist skills end. Square triangle cars. Hey, it's the look. And it's definitely something people are talking about. I'll take that as a win. Oh, I'm your boss now, Mohammed? dude, if I'm boss for anyone, I should be able to pay them, and I can't do that. So I am not taking up that responsibility of being anyone's boss. That's someone else. Someone else have to do that. You're not credited. Well, I kind of got that from the slightly sarcastic tone in your chat. It's kind of hard to tell though whether someone is sarcastic when it comes to text, isn't it? Oh, you can make cups using the pen tool. Hey, that's a good start. Yeah, well, fair. That meme definitely helped me get the feeling that you were being slightly sarcastic, and the fact that maybe someone who's actually designed the truck may not find my streams that entertaining, or maybe they would. I don't know. But I do appreciate some sarcasm. That's one of the things I personally tend to be drawn to myself. So I use it quite a lot. What's sarcastic mean? Wow. How do we define sarcasm? It's kind of like you say something, but the tone you're using gives you the indication that no, you don't mean that. That's really poor way to explain it. I don't know. What is sarcasm really? Like the definition of sarcasm? How would you define it? Let's see what Google has to say. So this is Google, all right? No, not necessarily a joke. It's different. So sarcasm, according to AI, our AI overlord, is sarcasm is the use of remarks that mean the opposite of what you actually say. So people use it to mock, show annoyance, or make a joke. So you can use it to tell a joke, but it's more of a way of saying things rather than being something. Hopefully that helps. I mean, the definition was a lot better at explaining than I was, so. So it's used to tell a joke, but in a sarcastic way, we mean you say something but you don't mean it because you're sarcastic. I don't know. I love Unreal Engine. Its traversal stutters is my favorite feature. Do you feel like it's stuttering when you're traversal stutters? Like, sorry, you need to understand. Like walking, when I'm walking in the game, you feel like it stutters? Maybe it's my project. Maybe it isn't. I never really thought about it. I don't really have the eye for that. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but there might be something there, but I just can't see it, unfortunately. It's more so in quadruple A games. Have we honestly had our first quadruple game? And what does that even mean? Right? I think the meaning of a AAA, AA, and indie game has been quite corrupted over the years. It is a way of telling whether or not a project is within a certain financial expectation. I think that is the definition of that type of grading of projects. Like AAA, you're meant to tells you, hey, you're meant to get a lot back. It's costly, but your return should be high. And AA is slightly like less than that. And indie will be, hey, no one's paying you to do it. I'm grabbing it from my own pocket to make this happen. Oh, the quadruple A, you know, the high quality stuff made with love. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of love involved. Maybe I should have a toggle that shows that meme face. When I might be sarcastic or not. Who knows? You can import objects. Well, again, that's really great, Ahmed. Honestly. Keep that up. Keep every, like, small things every day. You just learn one more thing every day. And once you've learned tools, I have a recommendation. Study shapes. It's probably one most people will say it's the most boring part of being an artist. Unfortunately, the reality is this: if you can master shapes and basic shapes of an object, you can make anything. The basics is still very important, even within 3D. You give some example of sarcasm, and you grab it and drink. Well, that's a mic drop, isn't it? Yeah, go for it. Oh, you don't have to learn physics, Mohammed. If you want to learn Blender and you want to be a 3D modeler, physics is not needed. It can help if you learn the very basics of it, but it doesn't you don't have to. One part I recommend when it comes to physics is, let's say you're making a pillow or something similar, like a bag of sand. So having physics simulation could help with that. You have to look up more tutorials to get more in depth to it, but it's not really that complicated. If you have a tutorial on the side, you just follow the steps. It's quite simple. Oh, you forgot about your daily drawing. Hey, don't stress about it. Do it now. Yeah. It's been months and I forgot that I'm an artist in the first place. Hey, start now. While you're listening to me rambling on, just start drawing. And daily goals shouldn't be something that forces you into this small room of expectations. It's good to have daily goals, but if you don't meet them once every now and then, that's fine. Nothing's going to end. The world isn't ending. I recommend, rather than keeping yourself to certain, like, super strict idea of having to do them every day, keep it consistent rather than daily, which may sound the same, which in essence there are some there's some similarities to it. Just, it's better that you do every other day or feel less stressed about it than you feeling hella stressed on having to do it every day. Just chill. You'll learn a lot better when you're chill. Just calm down. Yeah, there you go. Drawing a sketch on your phone. Perfect. And it don't have to be serious. So, okay, so here's a tip. Here's a really good tip. Or one that I personally follow. Let's give it a second. Do this, do that, pen. So I follow every now and then. I tend to go on and off, but I have periods every year where I follow something called Don't Break the Chain. All right. Let's see if I can spell. Break the chain. I should really use my Wacom tablets for this. And the principle of Don't Break the Chain is very simple. You pick a goal and you make it so darn simple that it feels dumb not to do it. And every day you do it, but you don't have to stop once you've completed it. So I have a goal. Every day I need to read one page. That's it. A single page from a book. Single page. It takes me less than a minute. So less than a minute to do it. So when I go to bed, it can be 3 in the morning. It can be 9 p.m. It doesn't really matter. I feel dumb if I don't do this. And it's like, just pick it up, read, you're done. 30 seconds later, you're done, right? So do it like that, but you don't have to stop. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't have to stop. If you read a page, you want to read 2 pages, read 2 pages. If you want to read 3, read 3. Just keep going. Same with drawings. You've made a scribble on a page of paper. You want to go for another 2 minutes? Do it. But don't break the chain. It's about keeping it consistent daily. And I think it was, what's the name? I'm kind of blanking on his name right now. He's the comedian who was famous for being very productive. Seinfeld. He's the one, as far as I know, that came up with this principle. So highly recommend if you want to learn and get constructive on or productive on something. Unreal Engine, the editor, runs kind of funny on Linux, really. Because it's tap into unused Vulkan renderer, which usually is only used in PS5 ports. I had no idea. I know barely anything about Linux. other than it's an alternative. And that my brother kind of likes it. But he goes back and forth between Linux and Windows. He prefers Linux, but he's more comfortable with the Windows. I think maybe I'm putting words in his mouth, and he might be listening. So hey, I might get an angry text in a minute. Who knows? But it's all with all. All right. I feel like I stalled for quite some time. Nothing's been really done in the past half an hour. Amazing half an hour because I had a really fun chat, conversation with chat. But I feel like we should end here for today. I need to have a look off stream and get back once I feel more comfortable back in C++. Or if I decide that I need to convert all my C++ to Blueprint, purely because in the future it will be easier for me to keep track of it. So we're ending stuff. We're ending this stream here. We did get some things though. If I can speak, some things were done. We do have ambient music or sound. We have a crackling fire, and connected to our game state, which is always present in our game, we have the thing called Audio Manager. And everything we do in here, audio-wise, will be propagating through the levels. It's a nice place to kind of create a hub for every audio feature that we'll eventually add. But right now, it's just like this. This is all we have. So it's not a lot. So everyone, thank you all for showing up. YouTube, Twitch. I really appreciate everyone for lurking, for asking questions in chat, or just talking about their own personal projects. I love listening to what other people do. It's inspiring. So, if you like what I do, here's the usual ramble of actions. Please do consider follow. Please press the like button. Maybe even add a comment, because comments helps a lot on YouTube. And you know this ramble. It's been done thousands upon millions of times before by others, not only by me. So thank you all. And I hope to see you on Wednesday, where we will continue with either character movements or an ad audio. And we'll hopefully have footsteps by the end of this week. That would be amazing. Okay, let's see. Twitch. Do we have anyone online right now that might find a raid interesting? That'll be fun. We do. This is another VTuber who I personally really like watching. She's amazing. Let's see if I can do this correctly. No, that's not right. We're not going to pin that. Pinning is wrong. And I think that's it. Almost. I really need to improve my rating skills. All right, so thank you all again. We are done. And I'm just going to send everyone over as a raid. So please say hi to Operation XIV or Operation 14 Amazing YouTube or VTuber. And I hope to see you all on Wednesday. So, bye-bye.